All right, my favorite topic, food. And the Madeira Fest returns this year and will be taking place at the Casa de Madeira in Alberton from the 31st, right, in fact, from the 30th of September to the 2nd of October. The festival will showcase all things Portuguese food, tradition, cooking and dancing. Now, to shed more light on what we can expect next weekend, we're joined by Manny Ferreirinha, who is the national president of the Portuguese Forum of South Africa and the organizer of the Madeira Festival. So good morning, welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you, lady. Good morning.
For somebody who's never been to the festival, give us background. What is the festival about? What does it look like when people get there?
It's all about the Madeira Island. It's about Portuguese, Portuguese culture, seeing that we had our Heritage Day yesterday.
Yeah.
So when you get there, it's Portuguese food. The various from prawns to chicken to espetada, which mainly comes from Madeira. That's where it originated from. And when you arrive there, there's a lot of detail to it. Bunting, festival lights, fairy lights. And we've got the various bands that are well known in South Africa, and we've got some from Madeira and Portugal itself. There's a new youngster, Rossi, coming over, more for the youngsters, and hopefully we can attract the youngsters to that one. But with our local singers, Kurt Darren, who's releasing a new record of his, also on the day. But also our folklore group, which we value so much, which reflects our community as families and that. We look after our folklore groups, and they will be entertaining us with Balinho de Madeira.
Yeah.
And they're singing, and that's one of the highlights as well for our Portuguese community here in South Africa. Speaking
about the Portuguese community in South Africa, what does it look like from the outside?
Portuguese community is sort of on the quieter side. They don't sort of stick out so much, although we play a major role in South Africa.
Yes.
We contribute, and with our constitution, we participate and we engage and participate in the things that we need to participate in. You know, crime combating with our CPFs and participating with our ward councillors. We're about partnerships and improving things here in South Africa.
So tell us, why is it important that you strike a balance with the festival, that you have, you know, food and experience and Portuguese tradition, that you strike that important balance?
It's part of our culture.
Yeah.
It's where we come from. But we like to share it with all South Africans, and all South Africans are welcome. And we want them to enjoy it with us, because we're known for the good food. Well, we were the first ones to bring the spices around and I suppose mix it up nicely and to give us the good taste that we have.
Talk to us about the setup. What does it look like when you get there? This venue that you've chosen as well, why was it perfect for what you're trying to do?
Well, it is the club that represents the Madeirans, the Portuguese Madeirans, although there's a bit of rivalry between Portugal and the Madeirans, but we still got that true spirit of being Portuguese. And when you arrive there, you'll get to the entrance and you'll be checked out, get your howler bands and that kind of stuff. And when you get in, you're going to get this wow effect that's on screen at the moment with the festival lights, the bunting and all that kind. We put a lot of detail, and this is what you find in Madeira at the church festivals. So what we've done with the festival itself is that it resembles what happens in Madeira at the festivals.
What do these festivals look like? Paint a picture for us, for somebody who's never been to this Madeira festival.
In Madeira itself, we've got various ones. We've got the flower shows. But at the churches itself, again, it's the food, it's the wine, it's the drinks. In South Africa, we mix it a bit with caipirinha, which is from a Brazilian taste, because obviously we went around the world. And then your chicken is Mozambican, but your espetada is a Madeiran thing. And then you've got chorizo, and the prawns is a Mozambican thing.
Yeah.
So, and we have combined everything with the whole festival.
All right, we talked a little bit about the musicians that are going to be there. Who else? I heard Kurt Darren. Tell us a little bit more about the other musicians, apart from the folklore artists.
Yeah, we'll have Dr. Victor and the Rastas. I'll just get the list over here. Besides our sport, that we love our Ronaldo. Excuse me.
No worries.
Yes. So we've got Dina Bravo. There's a host of them. And as I earlier said, we've got this youngster from Portugal coming through, which will be quite a highlight for us.
What is the ultimate Portuguese dish? Like, it must be there, it must be done. You can't go wrong with it.
Well, it depends on your taste, you know. I think all of them strikes a balance.
Yeah.
So if you like more beef, the espetada is done very well.
Yeah.
Or if you like prawns, or, you know, the chicken itself, because most of these things are marinated, except the beef is kept very simple with coarse salt and bay leaves, and you just stick it on the fire, and one of the stations there, you'll be able to braai your own espetada and have that nice experience. As long as you don't talk to too many people, you'll end up with burnt offerings, you know.
What's your personal favorite in the Portuguese dish?
It's the prawns and the espetada.
All right, let's talk about ticket prices. How do people get a hold of tickets?
You can go on to Howler / Madeira Fest online, or you can get tickets at the gate.
Why have you decided to go over, is it 2 days?
3 days.
3 days. What's going to happen over the 3 days?
Obviously, certain people can only attend on a Friday, so we cater for that. But it's also because of the intense detail that we put into it, there's quite a cost. We also promote companies to bring their customers along, and especially the bosses, that's the wives, to enjoy it. Yes. So that's what we promote, and to enjoy the whole vibe, because it's a family vibe. There will be a kiddies area, which is sponsored to cater for the kids, but it caters for everybody, even the elderly. You know, sometimes the music's too loud, although they're deaf already, but I don't know where it's loud. So we've catered for them as well inside the wall where they want to discuss their issues. So we cater for everybody.
And what has gone into organizing this festival? I imagine it's a lot of work and a lot of different people, you know, making sure that it's correct.
Yes, from electricians to, you know, the scaffolding that we put up to be able to put up these, the detail, the bunting, the fairy lights, the festival lights, just to give it the detail that gives it that nice experience, and the banners of all the districts of Madeira on the sides. So it gives you that closed effect, which gives you a nice feeling to be there, and that spirit, you just move into it.
All right, Manny, thank you so much for talking to us.
Thank you,
good luck with the festival next week.
Thank you very much.
Manny Ferreirinha speaking to us about, in fact, he's the national president of the Portuguese Forum of South Africa and the organizer of the Madeira Festival, which is taking place next week. That is the 30th of September to the 2nd of October. There you have it there on the screen. All right.